Welcome back to another episode of the Shy City Boys podcast. Jack Thiel's on that side of the computer. I'm on this side. Jack, how are we doing today?
Well, for technicality, I'm on a laptop, not a computer. So
I said the other side of that.
you
Oh,
said
that's
the
the
other side
computer.
of the computer.
It's a computer.
I'm on a laptop, doing
You,
good.
you
The
compute on
sports
it?
world is shaken up today. Not because of baseball or football or basketball, because of golf. Golf
Oh
is
man.
shaking up. For people that don't know, this is absolutely crazy. Live Golf and the PGA are combining to be one super league. Why this is crazy? Because the commissioner of the PGA basically trashed Live Golf about a year ago, saying that almost I don't want to like say anything wrong here, but like the whole 9/11 situation is involved with this
Oh,
9/11. So 9/11 families were disappointed in golfers like Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, and Phil Mickelson for joining the Saudi Arabian owned golf league. And the commissioner backed them up by saying the family should be, that the players that leave the PGA shouldn't be welcomed back. Well, here we go. They're back now. And what makes this worse is I don't know what's going to happen, but all the players who rejected that money might have lost out because a lot of those guys who did leave are getting paid like 500 million, $400 million.
just just the play. And
And Tiger Woods was offered 800 million. He denied it because he wanted to, keep his legacy in
yeah,
the PGA. But now both sides are joining. The players or the golfers found out the way we all did by social media that no one told them about this. Absolutely crazy. It's good for the game of golf, but absolutely crazy that the PGA is doing such a thing. Everyone's got a price, and
yeah,
obviously we found that out today because a league that really just disowned the other league, talked all this crap, basically banished them, is
hmm
now saying, "Yeah, you guys can come back now." So I'll say this though, it's good for golfers because there's a lot of money now in the PGA. Players can win more, players can make more, but really bad luck by the PGA commissioner. And it definitely will shake up a lot of golf events coming up.
yeah. I had no idea about it. I thought it was honestly. I thought you didn't say live golf. I thought it was LIV golf.
To live,
Honestly.
yeah.
But yeah, Live Golf just started like what 2 years ago with
Yeah,
everything,
about then.
and it was really just Saudi Arabia has so much money that they just wanted entertainment over there,
It's
and
like I mean, like I said, it's good for
is
the future of golf.
so I don't know much about it, but like, is it the PGA's buy and live, or is live
They're
buying PGA,
basically
or are they combining?
they're basically combining. Live Golf definitely is the winner out of this because they're merging, and Live
Uh,
Golf is now a global thing.
yeah.
Obviously, it's a lot of controversy with 9/11 and all that,
Mhm.
and the Saudi Arabians and everything, but it's a merger. I would say, like I said, Live Golf wins because they've got the money. The PGA kind of looks like, honestly, they kind of just look weak in this, but just because you basically bow down to a lesser league, but
Oh,
you're doing it for money. But like I said, I mean, it's great for the players, it's great for the game, it's great for the fans. I think that
mhm.
this is what needed to be done, but at the same time, for the PGA to talk all this stuff and not to do this is not a good look on the commissioner, not a good look for the higher up people. But I would say for Live Golf, this is a win because they got what they wanted. They got their golfers on. They got their name now on a national presence because they used to play on the CW network, which isn't really that good. But now, every time there is a golf tournament, 99% of the time, the broadcasters are going to mention Live Golf when obviously you couldn't say that name. So they
Yeah.
got what they wanted. I know there'll be a lot of controversy, especially with some big tournaments coming up. I know the Tour Championship, the Ryder Cup should be coming up soon. So,
That'll be fun.
but the good thing is all these golfers can play in every tournament. Now the question is, do they play in every tournament because Live Golf is known for having lesser tournaments but more money?
Yeah.
So guys like Kepka, Johnson, and Mickelson didn't have to play as much as they would on a PGA Tour. And now for the PGA Tour guys, they made it a mission to play more tournaments so they can attract better audience numbers. So it really just depends how that's going to work between them. It's very new, it's very fresh, but the golf world is shaking up. I think this is great, but the PGA is definitely going to be under scrutiny, and we'll see how the players, react. I'm sure guys are trying to be quiet until everything is released, everything is confirmed. But if you're guys like Rory, Tiger, I guess the best guys in the PGA who are offered hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, you got to be upset with this just because look, they don't need the money, but still, I mean, to lose out on that much money sucks.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. Like I'm glad golf uh is in the news not just because they had a historical event like being in there for the Masters or the PGA Championship or something like that. I'm glad it's something more than just actual golf. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's hard to market golf, but this being in the limelight like this is fantastic for it. Just the name of golf.
Well, I will say it definitely was one of those deals where it was like a blank check
Yeah.
and put your number on it because Live Golf had a lot of money. They have I don't know where, I mean, I know where they got it, but it had a lot of money, and I don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, there's a lot.
Well, this is good for the game of golf. Let's just end it there. Good
Well,
for golf.
I will just be curious though to hear how these players
Yeah.
react or if they even say anything because this is definitely a situation you can get fined. I mean, this is a situation where golfers can say stuff and they get fined for saying it. So I think that guy, like I said, I think kind of like those old veteran, best golfers in the world guys, they're definitely upset because they lost all of the money. The PGA told them that you will be banned, shunned, from everything other than the major tournaments. And now here they are saying, yeah, you guys can come play. And they get to keep their live money, the guys who went to live. So those guys are looking pretty good right now.
Yeah. What can we say about that? So let's move on. Let's talk about baseball. You get this talking about. Do you have anything to say about the Sox?
I mean, they're in the same freaking spot they were. They're literally like 5.5 games of the first. They swept the Tigers, but literally they shoot themselves in the foot and it doesn't get easier. They've got a 3-game set against the Yankees starting tonight. I mean, the division's there for them. I mean, it's pretty easy, but they have a brutal month of June. You got the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Rangers, the Red Sox, the Angels. It gets hard. So, other than that, Andrew Vaughn's playing very well. Jake Berger, another guy, had a walk-off grand slam on Sunday. The pitching, I think Kopech has really turned it around. I've been impressed with the way he's pitched. In his last 3 starts, he's thrown 7 innings or more, 2 earned runs or less, and 9+ strikeouts. So that's something very positive. We mentioned it. Liam Hendricks came back. He's been throwing more and more, so he's getting a lot better. But other than that, it's still a mediocre team. I think the most unfortunate part of this year has been Dylan Cease, 4.63 ERA after the season he had last year. It really was a brutal start for him, but nevertheless, he hasn't been that guy the Sox want him to be. But, they've got 3 against the Yankees, 3 against the Marlins this week. I can easily see them getting swept by the Yankees just because the White Sox have a lackluster effort when they go on the road. But at the same time, this is such an inconsistent team to where you just don't know what's going to happen. How are the Cubbies, Carl?
Well, they just finished up a 4 game set with San Diego, kicking off their West Coast trip. Let's talk about this. This is weird. They started the series on Friday, and it was a 4 game series.
Was there a makeup game?
No, no. So it ended on Monday.
Yeah,
Have,
that is weird.
have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, only when the Red
Not no makeup, no
Oh,
makeup.
so only when the Red against the Red Sox, the White Sox did it
Really?
because Boston Marathon Day. The Red Sox play that game at like 10:30 in the morning. They played it like on a Monday. I know the White Sox have done it a couple of times, but did the Cubs play today or no?
Yeah, they play it today against the Angels.
So they probably, I mean, it makes a little sense because it is the same state.
Yeah, and but also it was taking place at last night, not even in the morning.
Yeah,
So it was a little weird. I was talking to a bunch of Cubs fans about it, and they're like, they've never seen that before.
for these Cubs fans.
My boss, my friend, my dad's friend. I talked to him. You know, I was very curious. I'm like, have you ever seen this? And they're like,
Yeah,
no. Like it's weird, but it is what it is. We did split the series with them 2-2. We did get put up with a 0 yesterday, but let's not talk about that. They got a 3 game series against the Angels, and then they play San Francisco, and then they're back home against the Pirates. But like they've been doing okay. It's really been the pitching staff that's been hot and cold. The
yeah.
batting has been kind of subpar compared to how it was earlier in the year. But I think it's just getting into the dog days of the season right now. Currently, they are 20. Oh, I'm sorry, 26-33. They are. They're 6 games out of first place. We're kind of like in the same boat as the Sox, but one limelight we are having is Marcus Stroman, who was just announced May's player or pitcher of the month.
He's going to be traded.
He says he really likes to be in Chicago, but he also said last year like he could see himself playing in San Francisco. So I feel like he's just when he's in a market, he's all for that market. But as soon as he leaves, he stops caring about that market and focuses on the one he's with. Which I don't blame him. This is a good strategy. He gets the fans behind him and everything like that. That's awesome. But I can see him getting traded if the Cubs are still under 500, uh, close to the deadline. We could probably get a pretty penny for him
Yeah.
because he has one more year left on his actual contract, and then I think he has a player option after that.
I know you
So
don't want to hear this, but a team who's got probably the best assets for a guy like Marcus Stroman is the St. Louis Cardinals.
you know how much the Cardinals would have to pay.
But they've got the assets though. Jordan
I,
Walker, Matthew Libator. You would like those guys on the Cubs.
who was that first name you said? Oh, Jordan Walker. No way they give us Jordan Walker.
You don't know. The Cardinals need pitching bad.
They do, but I don't see it happening with the Cardinals. I don't. I honestly, without doing research, I don't think they've ever made a trade together.
Tyler O'Neill's another guy who couldn't be there. Matthew
We could,
Libator, a
we could
pitcher.
also trade Cody Bellinger. Uh,
I'm saying I wouldn't be shocked if the Cardinals made an offer for Stroman.
there's probably been talks. Like you can't say yes or no on them, but there could have been.
His former catcher is on the Cardinals. Wilson Contreras?
Oh, from last year.
Yeah, that's a former.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking Stroman's. This is the first year he's been on the team, but no, he was on it last year too. So yeah, I could see it happening if the Cubs are not pushing for the playoffs at the trade deadline. But I'd like to see a good return for him if we do trade him. But if we don't trade him, that'd be great. He is a spark plug for us who can pitch the whole game and not give up a run. So it's it's strange times, I would say. It's
Mhm.
strange, not much not much newsworthy time. Like we're just going through the motions right now in the MLB season.
Yeah.
But let's move on to our lows and highs segment where we start off with the low points of the MLB season and then we talk about the high points of the MLB season from this last week. So, Jack, I'll let you go off with the lows.
Oh,
What
low.
are some of your lows?
I guess my biggest low. It's tough because I want to say the one I said last week, but I'm not trying to be repetitive. Um, you know, this is tough just because I don't really. You go first, Carl.
Okay, I actually have my low on standby. It is Steven Strasburg most likely
Uh,
retiring from the game of baseball. He he's been since the 2018 World Series championship. Guess how many games he's pitched
since then, probably like two.
since then?
Since
8.
8.
That's 10% of the possible games he could have started.
Yeah.
Guess how many innings?
7.
31. 31 innings since 2018.
Yeah, that's not good.
Guess how much he signed for in
Yeah,
that
I know it's a
season?
lot.
200 and something million.
Yeah.
So good for him on making his money and he's getting every single penny of that. But it sucks because he was one of the best pitchers in our game
Hmm.
for a good stretch. He was one of the he was I think he was one the best pitcher for a good stretch too. So it sucks for the game of baseball, but it's good for him that he's stopping when he needs to and also getting that money. So that's my low on the game of baseball, losing one of the bets to play the game.
All right. I think I got one. I'm gonna go. This is tough. I just don't want to be repetitive, but I kind of have to. You know, I'm gonna go with the Seattle Mariners.
Mm.
29-30. I thought they'd be a lot better. Now, do remember they did lose Robbie Ray,
Yeah.
but I mean the team hasn't been hitting like they used to. They've got. I think I saw a stat that they have 4 of the 5 top guys with strikeouts.
Oh wow.
Oscar Hernandez with 81, and Daniel Suarez with 72. Jared Kelnick was 72, and Julio Rodriguez was 71. I think out of the AL batters in top 5, they acquire 4 of the top 5 spots.
Mm-hmm.
And the pitching, obviously losing Robbie Ray does not help because Robbie Ray is a former Cy Young. You got to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I mean, still they've got the likes of Kirby, Castillo, and Gilbert doing pretty well. But other than that, they really haven't had some help. The young rookie Bryce Miller has done all right. They have a somewhat of a veteran in Marco Gonzalez. But a lot of people after last year thought this team could win a division. And, here they are in fourth, a game under 100. In my opinion, I expected a little bit more from the Seattle Mariners. And we'll see if they pick it up. I mean, they kind of picked it up last year when they had that late run, but as of right now, they ain't looking too hot. Fourth place in their division. And when you got a team like the Texas Rangers and Houston Astros playing like the best teams in baseball, you don't have the best odds of, gaining that ground and coming up in the standings.
Yeah. Yeah. It's uh it's pretty disappointing as of right now. But you'd hope to see them improve later on in the season to make that playoff push. So let's move on to the highs. I have mine already. Do you have yours? Or would you like me to
I
go?
do have mine.
Okay, you may go first.
All right. we talked about them in a previous show, but not for a while. But it's going to be the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Okay.
First place in the NL West, still tied with the LA Dodgers. They've got a 3 game set coming up with the Nationals, so they could gain some more ground. But here's a team that nobody thought would do this, but they're led by two aces, you could say, and Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly. Those two guys have just been absolutely studs. And hitting, I mean, I can't believe Lourdes Gurriel has been like their best hitter. 35 RBIs, he's batting 310. Obviously, Ketel Marte, Christian Walker, Corbin Corral, Geronimo, Perdomo, a bunch of guys who you wouldn't even think that are that good. You know who else is on the Diamondbacks that you wouldn't think of? Evan Longoria.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But this is a team in a very stacked division. And here we are in the second week of June, and they're still in first place. Now, obviously, a lot can happen. I don't think they'll keep it up. I think the Dodgers will win this division now.
Mhm.
But I think a lot of people pointing this team maybe last, them and the Rockies. But, when we talked about this division, it was the Padres and then whoever can come close to them. But right now, it's the Dodgers and Diamondbacks. But the Diamondbacks, a very young team, and maybe they could become buyers at the deadline. They've got a lot of prospects they could trade. Obviously, you got to be realistic and understand that they won't win the World Series this year, but I got to say that's pretty impressive over what they're doing there in Arizona.
Yeah, they could definitely like get some like playoff experience, if anything, because it's a really young team over there. So that's exciting to see. I'm gonna go to a whole division.
Is it the AL East?
It's the AL East. They don't have a single team under 500 right now.
Yeah,
They're all over. They're all plus on the run differential. The lowest team is Boston at 30-30, and Tampa is up on first place by 4.5 games.
yeah,
It's very impressive. It's going to be a dogfight. And I can see this doing the whole season. I can see all these teams over 500. Maybe not.
especially now that they play every team.
Yeah. So I don't really have any worries about Boston making a run for it, but I can see them being close to 500. I can see them being like 78, 79 wins, but really close, and it's impressive. And I really want to see Baltimore take over Tampa Bay for the one spot. I really want to see that because we haven't seen Baltimore in that position in probably a decade since the Chris Davis days. So it's really surprising, unexpected, but I'm excited to see what happens.
Hmm.
So that's my high. Do you have anything else to talk about baseball?
I think I want to say this is
Go
that,
ahead.
I mean, we talk about them every week, but man, the Texas Rangers are just
Oh my god.
one team. And the thing, what's crazy, and I mean, I don't want to say crazy, but like they hit the ball. Like,
Mhm.
and to think that Jacob DeGrom is now out for a very decent time, but he's
Yeah.
now moved to 60-day IL. I mean, this team has a Hall of Fame manager. They've got probably one of the best pitchers in baseball, Nathan Eovaldi. I
Mhm.
mean, look, and I think what's even more pivotal is the guys that they paid big money are playing big ball. I mean, they have the most runs in the MLB at 380. The closest team is the Tampa Bay Rays, obviously. But, people made fun of them for the Marcus Simeon signing. 9 home runs, 48 RBIs, batting 306. People said Corey Seager might have been a little too much. Now he's missed some time, but in 28 games, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs. He's batting 351 with an on base percentage of 405. And the young guys are carrying a load. Adolius Garcia, 14 home runs, 51 RBIs. Josh Him, 7 home runs, 46 RBIs. We talked about the pitching. Obviously, no Jacob DeGrom, but the fact that they have John Gray, another guy who they paid a lot of money, people made fun of. He's 6-1 with a 251 ERA. So just overall impressed with the Texas Rangers. And, like I said, I don't know if they will do what they do, but obviously without Jacob DeGrom, it sucks because I feel like he is such a transcendent pitcher. But I mean, you got Bruce Bochy there, and
Yeah.
they ain't slowing down. Like they are I mean, I think they swept the Blue Jays the other day. If I'm correct, I might be wrong, but
Let me check for you.
Texas though, they're for real, and they paid a lot of money for this baseball team, and people made fun of them. But a year later, the guys are finally playing like they should. I'm
Um,
not sure I don't know if it was a sweep, but I know they like scored a lot of runs against them.
I just found it. Hold on.
Wasn't it? It might have been late May, or I don't even know when. It might have been the Mariners,
They
actually.
did. They did sweep the Mariners.
Okay, that's who I thought it
Oh
was.
wow! So the first game of the series, 2-0. Next game, 16-6, and then the next game, 12-3.
Yeah, and I know this weekend they've got a series with the Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay in Tampa, which
Yeah,
doesn't
so
matter.
that'll be a big series, but I think Texas, you got to keep your eye out for them because they can score. They can score a lot of runs, loaded offense, heavy hitters, and they're not going anywhere.
Yeah. So it's exciting. Like I've been talking about them for weeks,
Yeah,
and the reason I didn't bring them up this time is because of the repetition of it.
yeah,
But it's very fun to see this. Lower or uh worst teams one year becoming really good. It's a great story it'll never get old.
yeah.
So it's very exciting to see. But let's move on. Let's move on to the NBA Finals, where we have the Denver Nuggets visiting the Miami Heat in Miami. Series 1-1. Jack, the game's tomorrow. How do you feel about it? What do you think is going to happen?
I mean, it's a very even series. I don't know why people thought the Nuggets were just going to steamroll over the Heat. People keep doubting the Heat. They're just such a well-rounded team. It's crazy that they're better without Tyler Hero, in my opinion. Defensive wise, not offense, but what they're doing is crazy because I was reading an article about this actually, and Draymond Green does his podcast, and he has Steve Kerr on it, and they were even talking about it. Is how the way you beat the Nuggets is by making Jokic a scorer, not a facilitator. He
And
had
then
four
they did.
assists. He had 45 points in game two, but he only had four assists, and they lost that game. In game one, he didn't have many points, but he had a lot of assists. So what you're seeing is you're making Jokic beat you with his scoring, which isn't easy. It is not easy to win with a center scoring 45 points. What makes Jokic really good is his ability to pass. And although I would say the decline play of Michael Porter Jr. really hurt them, I thought Jamal Murray played very well, but what they're doing is very interesting. And what's also interesting is the Heat are not playing through Jimmy Butler; they're playing through Bam. Bam Adebayo, he's had a great series so far. And what the Nuggets have done is they're allowing him to shoot mid-range shots. And Bam's hitting them to his credit. Yes, hit those shots. Now, game two, they were carried by Max Strus, had a huge game after a terrible game one. He's obviously a huge part of that team. Same with Duncan Robinson. We'll see if Tyler Hero comes back. I mean, he was shooting around game two.
He actually said like he doesn't want to come back
Yeah.
and ruin the chemistry.
But the Caleb Martin hype seems to have died. Gabe Vincent has looked tremendous.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, when we were predicting this, I said 7 games, and I still see it like that. I see it as back and forth, back and forth. Both teams are physical. Both teams want it. For the Heat to beat the Nuggets for the first time at home in the playoffs this year, that's tremendous. But at the same time, don't forget the Nuggets can easily win on the road. So I think it's going to be a great game. I believe it comes down to guys like Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, Gabe Vincent, and then guys on the other side like Michael Porter Jr., ACP, Aaron Gordon, and we'll see if that Jokic, game plan stays true. Is if he has to score more, does that hurt them? or does it help them? Obviously, it hurt them with the 4 assists in game 2. And it's very interesting because that's what the Warriors said they did when they played him in the playoffs. They said that they made him a scorer, not a passer. And to their point, it worked because a lot of Jokic's passes are to guys at the 3 point line and they hit the
Mhm.
three. So we'll
Yeah.
see. But it'll be hard for Heat to have that type of 3 point performance. I'm going to take the Heat again. I think they win this one. I think they're really got the momentum. I think they feel very confident. I know Jimmy Butler's dealing with a lot. Apparently, his father is like really sick and he's not doing well. He's very exhausted, they were saying. But I believe that the guys around him will pick him up. I think Strus has another big game. Maybe this is where Caleb Martin finally gets out of the shadow, like he plays like he did against the Celtics. I think
Yeah.
Bam has another game, but yeah, and then I mean I think we have like what 2 games uh, before our next show, I would say.
Let me see. Hold on.
But I would take the Heat in tomorrow night's game. I think that they're gonna not bounce back. I think they continue momentum. I think that that was a huge win for them, and it was a close win. So don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything.
Yeah, the next game would be Friday and Monday, and then the next game after that is Thursday. So yeah, we
So
have
including tomorrow, there's 3 more games.
so the series could potentially be over, but from what how you're saying it, it's not gonna be.
I think it will be 3-2 Nuggets by the next time we talk.
3-2 Nuggets. Okay.
Heat win
Uh,
tomorrow night, and then the Nuggets take the next two.
okay. I want to go back to this like the role player thing. It if you've noticed, unless like one of the stars goes off, it's all about role players.
Yeah.
It's all about role players. And both teams have great role players. So I think it's gonna come down to the Jokic passing or the Butler getting into the paint and just
Mm-hmm.
taking over. Uh I'll make mine short and sweet. I'll take Denver in this game. I still think Denver has complete control of this series.
Yeah.
Like I said, Miami's gonna have their one game. I think that was their one game, and I think that's the only thing they're gonna have. I think the series is over by the time we talk next.
Wow.
So I'm taking
Yeah, so you got the Nuggets.
Nuggets three straight. Gentlemen sweep, some may say. So I'm taking the Nuggets the next 3 games. And of course, we'll talk about it next time. I don't know what that was. But yeah, I'm excited. I actually get to watch the Friday game and not at work, which is fun.
Because you're
So
all.
I'm off Friday, yeah. So this should be good. But I'm excited. I'm excited. Do you have anything else to say about this? Or can we go on to your surprise?
Yeah, we'll just go on to that.
Okay. Just like last week, there is a surprise. Let's see what it is. Oh, we're doing the NBA team now,
Yeah, if I could control my screen.
huh?
There we go. Same thing we did. We'll do point guard, shooting guard, small forward, center, 3 bench players, and a coach.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Now
And
you can put starters in the bench. You can. So
okay.
you could be at the Lakers for the first time and put like LeBron James there if your team's filled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Fantastic.
So you will go first
I
since
will go first because last
you
time you went first and it was not good.
won. We also won. So you can go first. We'll spin this wheel.
Let's go. Same rules apply. Teams don't get eliminated.
So you get the Golden State.
Oh man. Give me Steph Curry at my point guard.
Curry goes to Carl. So we'll spin it again.
And this is draft, so once a player's off the board, they're off the board.
And I get the Orlando Magic. I'll take the rookie of the year. Paulo.
Paolo's a power forward.
Oh, he is? I thought he was small forward.
No, he's a power.
Oh, well, we'll take the rookie of the year. He won more awards than Curry this year. We'll go for Carl.
Fair. That's fair. Okay. And I'm gonna get Oklahoma City Thunder. Let me get Shea Gildas Alexander at my shooting guard.
I'll just put Shy.
Yeah.
Make it
No,
easy.
put Shea, Shai.
Like SHI. There you go.
There we go.
All right, we'll
This
resume
is
it.
going great for me already.
Spin it. See who I get.
Who are you hoping for?
I'll take that.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
I go shooting guard. I'll go Mitchell. Donovan
Okay.
Mitchell.
Donovan.
Well, I don't know. Spin it for Carl again. Let's see who he
Yeah.
gets. Wizards. Ooh, I mean,
Ooh. Let me get a
forward power.
Kristaps.
Is he a power forward, right?
I think so. Yeah. I think he could play either, but I think he's mainly a Porzingis.
Spin it. Definitely probably the worst team we gotten so far.
Yeah, but hey, at least every team has a
Uh,
player that you'd like, except for the Houston Rockets.
I'm taking their coach, the new coach. I don't know what his name is, like Ime in
Oh yeah, from
Boston.
yeah,
Good coach. He just got into some trouble.
the
Carl.
player.
I mean, yeah, he's a good coach, so I'll take it.
He's a good player coach.
And Carl, ooh, gets the Pelicans. He needs a
Ooh.
forward or center.
Oh, give me Valanciunas at my center.
What?
Valanciunas is a great center.
But Val, I lost all the rest. I might have go BI there.
Now I was thinking about it, but I think it's harder to get a center than a small
Right.
forward.
We got the Denver Nuggets.
Oh damn,
This should have been three-time MVP, Jokic.
damn,
That was big.
that was big.
Alrighty. I definitely have the best player now.
Yeah.
Carl's
Well,
up. Oh, he could have had him beat.
oh, well, I still can
Yeah, you could. You're
put him
bench.
on my bench,
Wow.
even though I don't like him.
I don't know why I don't like him.
He crybaby.
Relax. The Dallas
Oh,
Mavericks.
damn it.
Luka Doncic.
Damn.
Oh yeah. I would say I have the better team.
You have the two European guys.
That's right.
Uh,
Miami Heat. And you have a small forward spot.
oh, perfect. Put Jimmy Butler there.
I was gonna say,
I
Shaka.
could have used Giannis, but you know,
You also could have put Eric Spoelstra as our coach.
I was thinking about it, but I was thinking
All righty. The Cleveland Cavaliers again.
again.
I I don't have to put them at small forward. Yeah, we're not gonna do that, but we're gonna use Garland.
Darius Garland. Fantastic pick.
Or Jared Allen, but I don't know. Jared Allen, I'm not the biggest fan of.
Hmm. Interesting.
Carl, the
Oh,
Heat
damn
again.
it. Let me get Spolstra now. Damn
Spell his name. Hopefully no one looks back at the spelling.
it.
Both have coaches.
Yes, I was hoping for Giannis there again, but you know,
We almost got him.
I almost two times in a row.
Oh, the Knicks. And that's where I will get Randall. Wait, is he a small forward or no?
He's a power forward.
We'll put him at our bench.
We respect positions on this channel. We're no positionalist basketball here.
Carl, the Wizard.
Oh,
You can get Beal.
Bradley Beal for my bench.
I still need a starting small forward.
Yeah, and I get. We're both on our last spins. Or no, you have one more.
Yeah.
You have two more.
The Cavs again.
Wow, there you go. You can
Who
get
is this small? Who is their small forward?
Oh, Um. Oh, it's Seti Osman.
Okay. We'll go bench player. Um, I guess we'll go Allen.
Yeah,
We already have now 3 players on the Cavs.
there you go.
Your Carl. This is your.
Let's go Milwaukee. Come on.
Uh-oh. Ah, but he can't take Luca. Kyrie.
Give me, yeah, I know. Give me Kyrie.
Alrighty. Last pick. It has to be a small forward.
Oh, has to be a small forward from this team.
Open the Bulls. That'd be a lot easier. I don't even know who they're. Is it?
Oh,
Is it
is it?
Kuzma?
Mm, yeah, I think so.
It's Kuzma. Alrighty.
Uh,
Well, I would say
oh,
I have the better point guard.
it's so tough.
Is Donovan better than Shy or Shea?
Shea was first team All NBA this year, so
Okay.
I'd go Shea.
All right. Kuzma, our Butler's better.
Butler's better than Kuzma. Porzingis better than Pablo. You get Jokic. I get Embiid. I get
I
Beal.
think Julius Randle.
No, don't even.
Yes.
Bradley Beal's better than Julius Randle.
I think I have the better team though, even though you won the. I feel like I've got the 2 best players that you could get.
Um, yeah, you have Jokic and Doncic, where I could debate Curry being better than Doncic.
No, not now.
It's
Not
okay.
this year.
It's okay. But again, I win. I'm 2 for 2.
I don't think I think
Next
it's up for debate.
next week we'll do football.
Maybe, yeah.
Not for the whole. Oh, maybe we could do a whole episode on it. Maybe.
Yeah. We'll
So
see. We'll see though.
yeah, we'll see. But Jack, do you have anything else to say about this week?
I do not.
No, me neither. Sorry if it was a short one, people, but there's not a lot going on right now. But that was another Shy Cities Boys podcast, and we will see you next week.